What happened in Abuja yesterday, and it was a face-off. You're a fool. I'm not a fool. Keep quiet. You cannot keep it quiet. But anyway, we're going into the details of that, as that will be our wake-up conversation. My name is Olive Emodi, and you're welcome to Breakfast Central.
You know, I have to compliment you guys this morning. I don't know if anyone has seen you. I don't know if anyone has told you. You guys look young, wild, and free, like you're peng, as Gen Zs would say. You're looking like Miley Cyrus. He's looking like Justin Bieber.
Wow.
And you are looking like Idris Elba.
Wow.
Yes.
Clock it.
Clock it, per. Yeah. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
So
They ain't seen nothing yet. In the words of the newly minted elected governor,
Chukuma Charles
Soludo, former governor of Central
Like the
Bank of
Americans would
Nigeria.
say.
The Americans would say, you ain't seen nothing yet.
You know that song, right? You ain't seen nothing yet.
I'm gone. No.
I'm telling you that you ain't seen nothing yet.
There's a generational gap here.
There's really a generational gap. The one I know is an Olamide. You ain't seen nothing. But I'm going to tell you something.
Sorry, we don't know that one. We know the international one. Talk to
the
me.
international one. Bro, let's go international. Let's not stay local, you know what I mean?
Okay, let's
let's carry along. So, I don't know what side of the bed you guys will come on, but it's a big story. When you guys stumbled on that story, what came to your mind?
There's no need to talk about the story first. Let's take a look at the video, then we can come to the story.
We did not carry anybody.
The man took the land, we will not allow going to take on us, and then for you to carry land.
Sir, everything was acquired legally.
Will you stop
and so
that?
you get the
Will you stop that?
Sir, I'm an officer, I have integrity.
Shut up, you're not good
Sir, I
officer.
will not shut up.
Will you get up?
Sir, I won't shut up. Sir, I'm a
I
commissioner,
was in
sir.
school, you're not in school.
Sir, you can't shut
Will
me
you
up.
keep quiet?
You can't
You're
shut
a
me
big
up, sir.
fool.
I'm not a
You're a
fool.
big fool.
I'm not a
You
fool,
think
sir.
I shoot anybody like that?
Sir, I'm not
You're
a
a big
fool.
fool. Why you
I am
talking
not
now?
a fool, sir.
And for the time I graduated, you were in primary school.
I'm acting on orders.
Take for which
You can't
order?
call me a fool.
And this year, you will see whether you love this year.
Sir, you can't call me a fool.
Where are you gonna be?
I'm
Where
an
are you gonna
officer.
be?
I'm not a fool, sir. I'm an officer.
You would have killed everybody here.
No, we won't kill anybody. We won't kill anybody. We are acting on orders.
Go and develop your let me see you.
Regular officer, you want to come and inform.
We are going to get out. Director.
Hello, sir. Morning, sir. I'm fine, thank you, sir. Sir, yes, sir. Afternoon, sir. I'm Navy Lieutenant Nyesom, sir. Security officer to Vice Admiral for good time. Yes, sir. So I'm here on the orders. Yes, sir. I'm here on the orders of the team. Sir, we mobilized to site a couple of days ago, and then the engineer kept telling us that policemen are coming to embarrass them and harass them, and they've been coming to threaten them that if they don't leave, they'll strike them, they'll arrest them and all. And then he brought it to our attention. So as the security officer to the Vice Admiral, I was called, and then we acted. Sir, we are not doing anything illegal. We are here on the orders of the Vice Admiral. That's it. Ours is just to come and prevent.
Stop this here. This is government property. Show me the document you have. You have no document.
So we have documents.
Bring the document.
We have documents and everything has been submitted, sir.
Excuse me. I'm the minister.
Yes, sir.
You cannot tell me. You cannot tell me that. We cannot continue to act in this impurity. Where your approval even to build. You cannot continue this way. This country cannot continue along this line. How can that man at his level, even if he has a problem, he cannot reach me and say, look, I'm sorry. See what I have. You will send soldiers to intimidate who? We are all from this country. And this is government. You cannot be higher than any government. You cannot be carrying gun to intimidate people to not to do their work. Let me tell you, if not going to chief of defense staff who spoke to me now, you could have killed everybody here. No problem. I'm not one of those that they can intimidate.
But the contrary,
I'm doing my job.
Sir, you are not intimidating anybody.
That's what you're doing.
The civilian, the engineer mobilized to site, and then staff or workers of FCDA, look at this, they coming to intimidate them.
No, listen now. That is the
Threatening them. And that was when the admiral gave the order.
He cannot give order against government.
Because the papers are complete and the secretary submitted
Are you
them.
the one? Listen, you know the problem you have. Are you the one that will say, paper, which may show me that you are, first of all, show me that government gave you this place. Two, show me that you have an approval to build what you are building. It has nothing to do with, I'm a vice admiral, I'm a lieutenant general. That is not it. We must work according to law. We must work according to law.
We forwarded everything to him. He was here
To
several times.
who?
No, don't tell like this. Don't tell like this.
Don't you try it. Don't try it.
Don't try it. Don't tell me. Don't try it.
Don't tell me I'm lying.
What are you lying?
You can't have my permission.
Who are you?
You can't tie it. I'm a commission officer. You can't tie it. And so on like this. You're MNI. Because you're MNI. Do I do it like that? You can talk. I don't have time to talk to you. I'll talk to you. You can see. You can't talk to me. I said that for I'm a small boy, but the commission I'm carrying is very competitive. Very competitive.
Drama.
Let's take a deep breath. Everybody in, out. So, this is a continuation of the series of land revocation that the Minister of the FCT has been on in the FCT. And you can see that he's gotten there, asked for the relevant documentation, and he moved into a verbal confrontation. If you see other clips of the video, we are not able to play some of them. It got physical at some point as some men on Nyesom Wike's team pushed the military officer who was securing the property. He retaliated, sort of, and it was a lot of back and forth. There was also the time when the FCT minister called him a fool, and he said, "I'm not a fool, sir." And he told him, "Shut up." He said, "You cannot shut me up, sir." And the reaction has been one that has made Nigerians ask ourselves, couldn't there have been a better way to resolve that, as opposed to descending into the arena of using abusive words on each other? The first right, one of the rights we have, is the right to the dignity of human person. Everybody deserves to be respected, and regardless of your authority, you deserve to show leadership. Leadership is exemplary, and in showing leadership, it's the way that you treat our law enforcement agents, our military men. These are gallant military men that are deserving of respect and regard. And if you're not in support of how, of the approval process, somebody put him there, you take it up with his superior. There's a chain of command. Even in our offices, we all have chains of command. We all have our line managers that we report to.
Exactly.
Right. So you cannot demand, you can't act lawless and demand some form of respect. There are people who have started calling for the army man to be fired. I would think that the honorable minister would lead by example, and leading by example would not necessitate the whole, do you know when I was this, you were in second, you hadn't even gotten into school. All that wasn't necessary. That could have simply been handled. You don't descend into the arena, of chaos and combat, because he was being very professional, and I think we should applaud the military personnel for how he carried himself respectfully.
He's a highly trained commissioned officer of the Nigerian Navy, and he was still very polite, even in the face of insults. And,
yes.
Kept his dignity, was steadfast.
The only time he lost it was when the police person then spoke to him and he said, no, you, don't try it. I can respect the honorable minister, but don't try it.
It was just eye service on the part of the police personnel with the minister. But like you rightly said, all of this could have been avoided in the first place if people had followed due process and the chains of command. I don't understand why the FCT minister had to go there personally. I guess he wanted to see who owns this plot that has been giving us issues. There were talks about documentation and what have you, but it didn't have to descend to that low level of, hurling verbal insults on a commissioned officer of the Nigerian Navy. It didn't really, it's not conduct you expect of a serving minister, and of course a barrister of a lawyer.
Nyesom Wike, yes.
At that, so I hope they resolve it. We learned that the plot belongs to the property, rather belongs to a former chief of naval staff. and it also questions the use of military personnel. He's retired, he's a private citizen, so why do you have military personnel, guarding his property? So there are different layers to this, but I'm happy the situation de-escalated. The Honorable Minister said he put a call to the Chief of Defence Staff.
Yeah, I think we also
it
have
didn't
that
descend
footage
into
as well.
chaos, because from the temperament of the Honorable Minister, he said, "You're lucky that I just got off the call with the CDS. Otherwise,
it would have killed everyone.
It would have, the Navy people would have killed everybody." So they were ready for confrontation and a do your worst sort of scenario.
Well, whether we like it or not, if we see a situation like that, it borders on two things. One, you've highlighted it, same with Olive, that could there have been another way to handle the situation of things. The second one is the minister doing too much? Because whether we like it or not, you go on social media, you find people talking. Bear in mind that the FCT minister is a minister, which simply means that he's also like the minister of power. He's also like the minister of the blue economy and so on. However, he has his task cut out for him, which is to ensure that Abuja turns into what, of course, the master plan is. But we've seen in the past few months, people have been reacting negatively on social media concerning the way and manner in which the FCT minister has been bulldozing houses, tearing down properties. And the saddest part is the alleged one, that some of these properties have been given to his sons. We did have his SSA come here on the show on Breakfast, and we asked him a clear question. Were these properties given to the sons? And he denied it in clear terms. He said those documents were fake. But later on, the minister himself said, is it wrong to give his sons land? Is it wrong? Now, I keep saying it, the optics, the timing, and so on. What do you think others, how do you think others would feel? Remember the case of Rita Lori. Remember so many of them and so on and so forth. These cases, could there have been a better way to handle them? Now, there are rumors all over the place that some of these properties have been confiscated or have been, seized and so on, and then they are now being given to others, which many, from that side, it has not been denied. But then again, whether we like it or not, it is not a good sight. And I'm happy that a former chief security officer has also come out to speak. A lot of people are now talking about that same incident. But let's get to see one of them. Tukur Buratai has spoken. In case you don't know, well, he's actually the former chief of Army Staff. He's also spoken, and he put out a long post on social media. Let me quickly see if I can find what he said.
I think we
just in case we don't have it on screen.
Please, let's have, General Tukur Buratai's Facebook post.
Yes, let's take his Facebook post. I'm just going to read it. This is someone else who was reacting. This is another reaction from, of course, the embattled lawyer as well. But let's listen to this.
Colleague.
Yes, let's listen to this, and then we'll come back and take a former chief of Army Staff's statement.
Officer A.M. Yeriman, who has stood tall in the face of verbal abuse and intimidation by the ever-power drunk Nyesom Wike, who is generally very badly behaved. He does not seem to understand that public office should come with responsibility. Ordinarily, the military should not be anywhere close to protecting land or property of anyone. But when we are dealing with people like Nyesom Wike, who take the law into their hand, who break the law at will, since he became FCT minister, he has been above the law. The law is clear that you cannot revoke Mr. A's land and give it to Mr. B. You can only revoke land in overriding public interest. Maybe you want to build an airport, a railway, a road, a hospital. But what Wike has been doing is he has been revoking ordinary people's land and giving it to his children, his friends, his political allies. And this is wrong. The only reason why we are hearing of this now is that he has gone to touch the land of a powerful man. He has been doing it to thousands of people since he became minister, and nobody has had the guts or courage to stop him. One of the reasons why Goodluck Jonathan, that I heard Goodluck Jonathan wants to contest against President Tinubu is because Wike went ahead and revoked his land. Why would you go and revoke Jonathan's land? For what? On what basis? You understand? And he revokes people's land, then give it to other people in contravention with the law. So when you live in a society where law is not respected, then you have no other option but to resort to self-help.
And that is not to say that anyone is encouraging resort to self-help. But Wike is badly behaved. The company that was allocated this land that Wike went to invade to take, Santos Properties and its subsidiaries, they got allocation for 10 hectares in 3 places. That's 30 hectares. They were the one that cleared the land.
Well, that's a long one, but let's go straight to former Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Yusuf Buratai, retired. What he said, this is what he said in a statement verified on his Facebook page on Tuesday. He said, the FCT Minister, accompanied by senior officials of the Federal Capital Development Authority, had visited the site to halt what he described as illegal construction. Now, in his statement, he said, hold on, let me get that part. I'm just trying to speed up and get the right part and take the points. He said, he insisted no individual, regardless of their military affiliation, was above the law. Now, he says you are in uniform and you're telling me that Navy owns the land, that's from Wike and so on. However, Buratai's reaction, here it is. He said, the minister's tone and public rebuke of a uniformed officer amount to a reckless act that strikes at the core of Nigeria's command and control structure. They went on to say, a minister's verbal assault on a military officer in uniform is an act of profound indiscipline that strikes at the very foundation of our national security apparatus. It is not political theater. It is a reckless endangerment of national order. That's just an excerpt from what he had put out on his
that
Facebook
says it all,
page.
coming from the highest echelon of military command.
Yeah.
He got to the peak of his career as Chief of Army Staff. And if you do recall, it's a privilege. It's not everybody that gets to become a regular commissioned officer of the armed forces. And the president of the country is always present at their personnel parade. Yeah. So it's the president's commission. So for you to treat, it's not an NCO, it's not a non-commissioned officer, it's not a recruit, it's not an other rank, he's an officer. For you to publicly rebuke him in uniform. And
then tell him you are a fool.
Yes, it really strikes at the heart of command and control. If you recall an incident that happened in Lagos State, a colonel, senior army officer, took the BRT lane and was stopped by Raji Fashola, the then governor of Lagos State. He came out of his car, he knew it was wrong, gave him a salute, and I'm sure they had a way to, deal with it, but he knew it was in the wrong. That's how to behave. Former Governor Fashola didn't, insult him and use certain words on him because it was in uniform. And you expect better from the FCT.
Let's see what Nigerians are saying about this. We've shared our thoughts. Let's see what they're saying on X, and then we'll move to our next story. Our first tweet, he says, this is so embarrassing, but deep down, I like how Wike stood his ground. I also respect the soldier for following orders from above and doing his job, even if it meant stopping someone important as Wike from inspecting the land. The soldier won't get in trouble. Wike needs to talk to the soldier's boss. It's a power game, and whoever has the president's support wins. Facts. Next one, this is a young man, Lieutenant Yerima, that challenged FCT 001, His Excellency Wike. Is Wike? Which one is Wike?
It's symbolizing it.
The young officer has no respect for constituted authority. This is unacceptable. His uniform should be removed ASAP, like according to Joe Igbokwe. The military's primary responsibility so this is a very key point that I wanted to mention. Yes, I'm seeing this here. The military's primary responsibility is to safeguard the country's borders, but instead it's devoting resources to protect a parcel of land for a high-ranking officer allegedly acting on orders. This pathetic scenario is the pervasive self-interest among officials who cater to the interest of a privileged minority at the expense of national protection, with Governor Wike not being an exception. As Governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, too, once stood in the way of the EFCC officers, gun blazing, stopping them from arresting a corrupt judge friend of his. What a country. And then the next tweet says...
Guns blazing.
Guns are blazing. First of all, heroic exploits no they pay for Niger. Guy no they go anywhere if he has disgraced the minister in a bold attempt to appear woke. His career would derail sooner or later. You get why. And the next tweet says, bravo indeed. The officer showed calm professionalism and respect for the uniform while standing his ground. Acting on lawful orders isn't foolish, it's duty. True courage is measured by discipline under pressure. And I think a final tweet, Wike made that call after telling Yerima he's getting himself into trouble. Asked everyone to shush in reference to the CDS. gave the phone to the soldier saying this is the CDS, like the soldier was supposed to shiver, and then ended up leaving the site. Soldier stood. So I think a final way to wrap up this thought process would be, regardless of who was correct, Nyesom Wike or the soldier, there are appropriate ways and channels to handle issues that we are not comfortable with. We must bear in mind that this is not our parents' and grandparents' generation, where the older people would speak and just churn down orders. Respect goes both ways. It goes from top to bottom and from bottom to the top. And sometimes what can help is an exemplary way of showing respect. In this case, His Excellency, Nyesom Wike should have shown better display of respect.
I mean, I have nothing to add.
Let's not rush. We still have this topic.
From what you've said, honestly, you have said it all. Let me just...
But you both have shared your ideas.
No, but the way you wrapped it up, I think we should just end the show.
Okay, we should go.
Let's go.
Let's go to another story.
She has said it all.
Former Abuja Governor Orji Uzor Kalu has publicly backed U.S. military intervention in Nigeria's fight against terrorism.
Have you seen his mansions in America? It has to.
Saying it is a necessary measure to protect citizens and curb the growing insecurity. He was speaking in Abuja and he described the recent U.S. actions as timely and urged Nigerian authorities to cooperate fully with global partners, emphasizing that defeating terror requires both national resolve and international support. He also stressed that the violence affects all Nigerians, regardless of religion or region, and that decisive steps must be taken to safeguard lives and restore peace. And that's him speaking there.
If they come say, I will also disclose myself fully. I'm pro-America. So for anything I will say, know that it will be pro-America. Did what Donald Trump says, is it a lie? The answer is yes. It's not a lie because Donald Trump said the truth. Nigerians are being killed, whether they are Christians or Muslims. Are they not being killed? If they kill people in Plateau, they go to a church in Plateau, those they will kill are Christians. If they go to Benue, the majority of people they will kill in Benue are Christians. If they go to Zamfara, majority of people they kill in mosque there are Muslims. So these people are jihadists. These people just want to destroy Nigeria. So we should call a black name on them without any pity. They will be smoked out. Let me also tell you, the American president cannot talk anyhow. In my own little way, I have spoken to two former presidents, one Republican and one Democrat, and they all agree that they will help. I've spoken to about 6 senators, sitting senators in the U.S. Congress. So they've all said, we will help you people. But let me tell you, before President Trump says a word, mind you that the American intelligence community must have found out where these people are living. All these ones we are talking is rhetoric. And you can see Nigerian Air Force, possibly the information that have been given to them by the U.S. authorities and say they are there. And you see Nigerian Air Force in the last 3 days bombing the homes of these people. And that is what it should be. We should not pity anybody who is a terrorist.
And that there is his position regarding the alleged intervention of the United States, a move that has garnered mixed reactions from Nigerians. But let's quickly head to X and see what Nigerians are saying about this. Anything I will say, you know it's pro-America. That was the funniest part of that interview.
For seven senators of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Anything I will say, you know it's pro-America.
Your sovereignty and your integrity?
You don't want the U.S. government to seize or freeze your assets in America. Nothing like pro-America big. Joe says, like, Oga Wisabi Ball. This is the only good thing this man has said since he joined the APC, Stephen Oyin's clerk says. And I remember when he was governor of Abia State, he fought very well for the Christians and he was against criminals too. He loved his people very much and I do not know what went wrong now.
So when he was governor of Abia State, he fought very well for the Christians. Did they have any issues with Muslims there? And Abia State is a majority Christian state, so I don't understand what he means by he fought very well for the Christians.
The fear of Kalu losing all his properties in America is the beginning of wisdom, Steve Yankee says. Now, this whole Nigeria issue started
Where does your...
because the U.S. said they were going to intervene to stop the killing of Christians. Now, if you want to find out what the latest on that is, we had an interview, an exclusive interview with Reverend Ezekiel Dachomo, who was the person that made the video that started this movement. And we had him here live on News Central, where he explicitly detailed the first-hand encounter of what it feels like to live in the middle belt of Nigeria. We played the first part of the interview. We're playing the second part, so please tune in to News Central at 7 p.m. this evening. And now let's move on to our next story. Controversy has erupted in the Senate over a proposed ban on sachet alcohol and small bottles starting December. Senator Godswill Akpabio of Akwa Ibom, who presides as the Senate President, will have the final say. But the motion was raised by Senator Prince Bassi of Cross River State. And critics have argued that the move goes beyond NAFDAC's mandate to regulate alcohol, warning that banning these products could fuel unemployment in regions dependent on their production and distribution, and may even push some youths toward banditry. Many are asking, if regulation is possible, why make Nigerians the problem themselves?
I mean, there's a multi-billion naira industry, and NAFDAC also makes a lot of money from the registration of this sachet drinks. What we should be enforcing is sale to underage people, the abuse of it, and the sales in motor parks and things like that. I don't think, if you're going to argue for the ban of sachet alcohol, then why not? I mean, what's the difference in leaving bottles and other brands of alcohol? You could as well just ban all alcoholic beverages in the country.
I'm sorry, I agree with the ban, 100%. Most accidents that happen on the road, the drivers, every morning, these drivers wake up with these sachets.
Motor park.
Yeah, they wake up with these sachets, and the sachet constitutes a lot of drainage challenges. They there's so many. It's anyway. Let's see what Nigerians are saying. It's because of time. Let's see what Nigerians are saying. Most importantly,
I want to know Olive's position in this.
Galaxy. And again, let NAFDAC agency educate Nigerians on how to identify fake foods and drugs, because all these things have a NAFDAC number, yet they're fake. You will just buy it thinking it's good since it has NAFDAC number, not knowing it's fake.
So of you are you sure you take a little of that sachet before coming to work?
We don't do that here. We don't do that here at all.
Okay.
NAFDAC is to regulate, not to ban. Why are we the problem of ourselves in this country? Senator from Calabar State raises the motion, and Senate President
Calabar
from
State.
Akwa Ibom do define. I don't understand. And I really don't get it. Larry, sometimes, let's move away from that statement. A law that will make people stop producing fake foods in this country. 10 years child in Nigeria suffers kidney problems, all because of fake foods and drug. I think the Senate should have done the best by making it a death sentence for anybody found producing or selling fake food.
Okay, this is another thing.
This is another angle. That one is this. You're dealing on food.
Fake, exactly.
Now we're talking about beverage. A major public health step for Nigeria, limiting sachet and small bottle. Remember when we used to call it sachet? Anyway, limiting sachet and small bottle alcohol could curb harmful drinking and youth exposure, but success will depend on strong enforcement and public awareness. Here is my take. To be honest with you, NAFDAC here put out their own post and said, NAFDAC has reaffirmed its commitment to fully enforce the ban on the production and sale of alcoholic beverages in sachet and small bottles below 200 ml by December 2025. This decisive action aligns with the Senate's directive and reinforces NAFDAC's mandate to protect public health, particularly among children, adolescents, and young adults from the harmful effects of alcohol misuse. And that's it. And for me, I approve. Yes, I agree.
Okay, I don't think they should throw away the baby and the bathwater. Like
I agree.
Said,
Approve.
Designated areas, it shouldn't be sold, and there should be public awareness.
You are not in America. You are not in the UK, where if you're going to buy alcoholic beverages, you have your ID with you.
Exactly.
This is
we don't
Nigeria.
even know.
Every nook and cranny, they are selling these small green bottles. And you will see them, they take it from their pockets, they press it with their dirty tongue.
How do you know that?
You see them, the Okada rider is riding and he's in his pocket, he brings it out, he takes it, puts it back in.
Will stop something they're used to? They will start drinking the 200 ml and they will be drinking at a higher quantity.
No, but the 200 ml is more expensive. That's fine, drink the 200 ml, but you see the problem with the 200 ml, you cannot put it in your pocket.
But how do we then ensure that these things are not sold at the parks and places where vehicles? Because the first and only time I've had an accident in my life It was on a bike. I still have the scar on my arm. It was on a bike. I got into the bike. I could smell that he was oozing of alcohol. But I was very naive. I felt like I didn't want to offend him, so I didn't say anything. I got into it. Unfortunately, we had an accident, but it wasn't his fault. But maybe he would have been able to stabilize himself more, maybe, if he hadn't taken alcohol. That one was a bus that just hit us and it was a very bad accident. So how we can prevent this from getting to our parks is another conversation. But you let us know your thoughts. Our social media handles are showing on the screen. You can tweet at us and let us know, are you in support of the ban of sachet alcohol, or we should just let the people breathe? Or do I say sip?